Well, there's snow on the distant hills, and indeed some 15 miles from here there was a 2-inch fall overnight. But here inside Anfield, a perfect spring afternoon and a perfect setting for such an important game. And it's indeed the most painful statistic in Tottenham's history that not since 1912 have they won here at Anfield. Well, here's the latest Spurs team to try and put that irritating fact to rest. Defender Danny Thomas comes in for his second game of the season to replace the injured Gary Stevens, with Steve Perryman moving to midfield. John Chiedozie is restored to the right wing after missing the defeat against Manchester United. Liverpool are unchanged. It's the side that beat Barnsley in the Cup last Sunday, where Ian Rush scored his splendid hat-trick, where Kenny Dalglish was at his best, and where Kevin MacDonald continued to have such an influence in midfield. The referee today is Ken Baker of Rugby. Tremendous atmosphere then at Anfield as Liverpool kick off in that red strip of theirs, attacking the goal to our right. The championship race is truly on, and here today we have two of the main contenders. In fact, it's a bad hunting ground for Tottenham. Not only are they not won here in 73 years, and their manager Peter Shreve says, well, there's no better time to break that record, but on the last 10 league occasions the sides have met here, Liverpool have won them all. And into which, of course, they've already knocked Spurs out of the FA Cup here this season by 1-0. Spurs, for their part, winning 2 games in the league and in the Milk Cup by 1-0 at White Hart Lane. Kennedy with the throw then for Liverpool. Kennedy again, getting it through to Dalglish. Here's MacDonald. Finding Phil Neal. Away on the right is Nicol. And the linesman's yellow flag holds them up. Ray Clements, who got a tremendous reception from the Kop here, and no wonder. He had some 470 league games for Liverpool over a 14-year career at Anfield. Galvin's header. Crooks. No foul. Ball runs to Tottenham, to Danny Thomas. Intercepted by Kennedy. Oh, through the legs of Hoddle. Such indignity. Walk, played on, and it was Kennedy, in fact, who made the break after making the first move in that attack. Perryman. It's a good little header on there by Chiedozie for Falco. Hoddle taking it up. Getting support here from Chris Hughton. But Neal, and a Tottenham throw. Hoddle getting there before Whelan. Crooks, really lively this afternoon, bringing Chiedozie in on it now. And the cross is there towards Falco, just getting over his head. But Falco's not finished yet, and Spurs aren't finished yet as Chiedozie gets that header. And Liverpool, well, struggling to get it away, it seemed, and still struggling to get it away. Perryman finding Thomas. Hoddle once again. Held on too long, and Steve Nicol finds Alan Kennedy. Here goes Rush. Dalglish in the middle. Rush for Dalglish. Saved well by Ray Clements. Superb 1-2 between Rush and Dalglish. And Dalglish's shot in the end, pushed around for the corner by Clements. Dalglish again, hit in low, and an offside flag is up. Lawrenson first to show. MacDonald. Nicol. Rush. Oh, Nicol and Dalglish are on the break. It's Steve Nicol. Back for Dalglish. Oh, a lovely turn. And across to Whelan on the far side. Now for Walk. And dispossessed right at the last by Graham Roberts. And now the break is on for Chidozie. Onside for Tottenham. A chance for them to make the break. And saved by Grobbelaar at the second attempt. Wildly exciting stuff then at Anfield, when at one moment it looked as though Liverpool might be in, and then at the next, Grobbelaar saving at the second goal. Houghton playing it in. Falco. And a corner to Tottenham. Their first of the game with 20 minutes gone. Miller coming up from the back, and Roberts too. Played short to Falco. Galvin again, curling it in. Oh, and it came off the header by Crooks. And Grobbelaar saved it, but doesn't quite know how. Firmly struck header there by Garth Crooks, and whoop, it came out of Grobbelaar's arms and off his chest, and an excellent header by Crooks. There's Rush. Nicol. Whelan again, taking a good position on the far side, and the ball coming off Chidozie for the Liverpool corner. We're within about 6 minutes of half-time, and that's only Liverpool's second corner of the game, and Tottenham have had only one. Dalglish with it, played a bit wider towards Steve Nicol, and Rush. Great keeping there by the former Liverpool favourite, Ray Clements of Tottenham. Nichols, fine header, pushed up against the crossbar. Rush couldn't turn it back in, as Clements, lying prostrate, still managed to trap the ball with his legs. Falco, and stopped by Grobbelaar. Oh my goodness, that was a great piece of work by MacDonald. After Falco's shot, Cole playing it in, and Falco doing well here on the turn. Grobbelaar not doing particularly well there, but at least he held it out, and MacDonald doing well to get it away for Liverpool. Galvin, a big deep one towards Falco, well held that time by Bruce Grobbelaar. Getting there first, then MacDonald finding Whelan. There's Hansen. Neil finding Dalglish. Played in there towards Walk. Delightful little ball played in there, and Walk couldn't quite get on the end of it. Defending well there for Tottenham. Walk again, and Rush onside. Oh, and he missed it. He held up long enough for Graham Roberts to get back. And looking at the referee saying that looked a bit offside to us, but the referee allowed it to go on. And for once, Rush wasn't able to get his shot in and finish it off. And from the cross there, Rush heading wide. Neil, Dalglish, offside again. Quick clearance by Grobbelaar. Header by Walk. We're into time added on at the end of the first 45 minutes. It's with Kevin McDonald. Nice little chip past. And they claim handball, but they get a corner by Roberts. So right on the stroke of half-time, Liverpool get another corner, which Kenny Dalglish will take again. Floated there. It comes for Kennedy! Headed off the line by Thomas. Oh, what a tremendous climax in the first half. The referee has blown the whistle for half-time. It stays at 0-0, but how very close indeed it was to 1-0 to Liverpool. And indeed, Liverpool might well feel that Ian Rush certainly had a chance just before that when he was put through, and if you could have frozen the action there and then, I think you'd have put a sizable amount of money on Rush beating Clements, but he didn't, and it stays at half-time, Liverpool 0, Tottenham 0. And Spurs get the second half underway, now attacking the goal to our right, of course, 0-0. Lawrenson's header. Houghton. Might come for Hoddle. Lawrenson. And Houghton getting it away. Crooks on the chase now, and it falls quite nicely for him, but not for Falco. Kennedy will be there to get it away for Liverpool. Towards Rush. Roberts pounding it forward again. Rush. Stopped by Miller, but I think he injured Danny Thomas as he made that clearance. It's certainly been tough for Thomas coming in only his second game of the season. He's deep breathing to try and get himself going again. I think he's in a fair bit of pain there as Dalglish finds an offside Ian Rush. And for Danny Thomas, it's a slight problem at the moment. Miller collided into him, and it's a tough place to come for your second game of the season only, but that was a marvellous header off the line just before half-time that he made to deny Alan Kennedy. And somebody who's really struggling at the moment is the Tottenham number 7, John Chiedozie. Neil gets it back to Grobbelaar. Well, Chiedozie will have to come off. He's struggling, really. There, probably, it seems, with an ankle injury. And, in fact, the substitution is now going to be made as soon as the ball goes out of play. But first, Liverpool have to deal with Tony Galvin. There's a free kick. So John Chiedozie comes off. It looks, by the way he's holding, as though it's probably a groin strain. Bad news for Tottenham, that. But the good news for them, of course, is that a player of Mike Hazard's calibre can take over. Ball for Walk. Whoa. Came off Clements. Behind for the corner. Fell so beautifully for him. Right into his stride. Volleyed well. Clements scooping it away. Liverpool's corner. And thundered by Whelan straight into the arms of Clements. Caught it very well indeed, actually. And straight into the keeper's pouch. Kennedy. That was Chris Hughton getting it back. Kennedy letting it bounce, but it won't go out. And that was as cool as you like. Dalglish. Walk, Dalglish, lovely touch by Dalglish for Rush. Oh, and he nearly finished it off, but what splendid football there from Liverpool. And Spurs, Danny Thomas, once again just getting in the nick of time to concede the corner. But what football this was. And Rush coming in, playing it towards the near post, and behind it went. Goal kick, in fact, to Tottenham. Paul Walsh, the Liverpool substitute, warming up. Advantage again played by the referee. I must say he's giving it every chance, Ken Baker. Rush versus Miller. Miller winning it in the air. Dalglish. Strong challenging there between Dalglish and Thomas, and neither of them flinched an inch. Oh, the sub is coming on. It'll be John Walk who comes off. About completing his first year at Anfield since he came from Ipswich. John Walk, 19 goals in that year, and on comes Paul Walsh, who had a fine game in the European Cup some 10 days ago in Vienna. Kenny Dalglish was suspended. Falco. Crooks, and now Falco, but Kennedy was just there in time, and it comes for Hoddle, and now for, oh, a great save, and Crooks! Spurs go into the lead, and Garth Crooks is the scorer. And the Spurs fans go wild. So here we are again, it's Falco trying to get in there. Cleared by Kennedy. There's the Hoddle header. It's Hazard who has that great volley, pushed away, and Crooks finishing it off. Kennedy. And now Nicol. Well, the man who might have ended a 73-year jinx, Garth Crooks. But there are still 19 minutes left. Neal versus Hoddle, and a throw to Liverpool. That might come for Rush. In the end, they don't let it get anywhere near him, and it's Falco right back there doing a last-ditch job. So, can Spurs hold on for a historic victory? They've only thoughts of one thing at the moment, singing victory songs and celebrating. But Liverpool, as anybody knows, you never write them off. Of great Tottenham managers have come here and tried to beat Liverpool. But maybe Liverpool aren't beaten yet. Clements knocking it over, and it falls for Rush. Clements' touch maybe was just enough to make it just that degree too difficult for Ian Rush. That touch there, and that's put off Rush to the extent that the ball was over the crossbar. Perryman, Kennedy, some 4 minutes left now. Dalglish turning it on for Walsh, but again Roberts is there for Tottenham. Neil trying to get things going again. Nicol for Neil. This could be more trouble now. Saved superbly by Clements. Liverpool in these last despairing minutes for them are firing everything. And Spurs are standing up and taking it. As Phil Neal fires that one in, again Clements is equal to it. Nicol with the corner for Liverpool. Towards Ronnie Whelan, out jumped by Falco, and now Hazard on the break. A long ball towards Crooks. Galvin, Perryman, and here's Grobbelaar again. The flag is up. And the Spurs bench, leaning forward there, John Pratt, their former player, who's Peter Shreve's right-hand man. Peter Shreves, I think you see just behind John Pratt there. He's come down from the director's box. Nicol, Walsh. Flag was up for a free kick to Liverpool. On my watch, just 1 minute of normal time remains. And they're leaving it to the trusty right boots of Kenny Dalglish. Can he tease something yet for Liverpool? Nicol with the cross, and in the end Spurs get it away, but for a moment the hearts were beating a little faster, and now the feet are moving faster as Galvin takes it up. Falco. Really battled well in this game, Tottenham. And they are nearly there for their first victory at Anfield since 1912. And Miller again playing for safety. Liverpool with the throw. It looks as though they can well lay the old bogey at last. Although Dalglish is in there. And a clearance that was an important one by Houghton. And it's a corner now for Liverpool. We're playing time added on at the end of the game. And Miller is down, clutching his face. Holds up a final whistle for the moment for the Spurs fans. Miller versus Dalglish there, and it was a fairly high challenge there by Kenny Dalglish on Paul Miller, that's for sure. And I think one or two of the Spurs players were really disturbed by it, wanted to have a go back. And I noticed that Ray Clements, more than anybody else, was around the old head there. Calm down, he was saying. If we can just clear this corner, we've found ourselves with a famous victory. Dalglish with that corner. Hazard getting it away. We've had a minute of injury time. The referee's looked at the watch. When you think of it, there'll be plenty of people who will never ever have seen what we've seen today, a victory for Tottenham. It's not the final whistle yet. He's really got to be an old Liverpool or a Tottenham fan to have seen what we're seeing at this moment. Spurs winning at Anfield. 73 years since they've done it. 1912 was the last time. And of course, it's also a severe blow to Liverpool's championship hopes as the final whistle goes. And you would have thought Spurs had won the cup by the look of their players. Steve Perrin, who must have been here since he made his debut in the late 1960s, almost 20 times he's played here at Anfield and never come away with a win. And the Spurs players are going across to their delirious fans in that far corner. They've all enjoyed an afternoon here that they'll remember, no doubt, for the rest of their lives. Were you at Anfield in 1985, when we won for the first time in 73 years? I was there, say a number of disappointed Liverpool fans, and I'm delighted to say I was here too, say the Spurs fans. Well, there's delight there. There was applause coming out of the Kop, and Garth Crooks' goal is what has brought Spurs this historic victory. and nobody have been more delighted, of course, about it than the former Liverpool star Ray Clemence, talking now with Elton Wellesby.
Ray, well done. What a tremendous match. Tottenham have waited a long time for this, haven't they?
Yes, well, I don't think we could have got it as a better time. After Tuesday's result, we needed to do something here today, and the lads really pulled themselves up from Tuesday and they've performed well here today, and I think we deserve what we've got, to be fair.
No, what about the rumours that you were in goal for Liverpool the last time Spurs won here 73 years ago?
Well, sometimes when I play it feels like that, but I can assure you it's not true.
You must have really enjoyed today's game, because you made 3 or 4 absolutely outstanding saves.
Yeah, I always enjoy coming back here because the cop and the fans here, they give me such a great reception. It's always a pleasure to come back here. And it's nice to be part of the side that's actually laid this hoodoo that's been thrown down the lad's neck for many, many years, and down my neck for 3 years anyway. But it's a great night, and I just wish the Liverpool lads now go on to win the cup now.